Hello, 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 学生们，你们好，开课了。Today is March 6th, and we are doing the lesson of A3, which is clean record keeping. I mentioned it's 3 lessons per category, but it's actually 4 lessons per category, which is good news for you guys. You guys get a little bit more learning. Today is the category of misunderstanding of approach. So it's the same category, but another topic, a new topic. And this chart here is a design doc, which we'll go over in a little bit. So let's begin today's class. So today we are going to begin by understanding the structure. So the structure for this A3 clean record keeping involves signal, not single, signal, and then breakdown, and then consequence. So previously we learned about category, example, and impact. This time it's signal, breakdown, consequence. This feels more operational than previously, where it was more like a presentation formula. So before we begin, let's go over some vocabulary. Every lesson there are useful vocabulary to go over. This helps my students prime their mind into this new lesson and this new category. So first we will go over some words that have to do with records and resources. This is where I allow my students to just free flow and brainstorm and share what's on their mind. So if they say like documentation, design doc, log, ticket. And by the way, a design doc is this right here. So a design doc, in simple terms, is a lightweight pre-implementation. It's like a planning tool that outlines software projects, like the why, the what, the how, and it's serving like a solicit feedback. So these are some words for records and resources. And then we have something called problems, which are fragmented, outdated, inconsistent, missing, and duplicated. All of these are words to describe the problem. And then we have some actions to take to solve the problems. And the brainstorming can look like reference, verify, update, trace back, reconcile. So let's focus on some phrases. When it comes to the phrases, I usually ask my student to please repeat after me. So the first one would be, there wasn't a single source of truth. There wasn't a single source of truth. Second, different teams were referencing different documents. Different teams were referencing different documents. Third, some information was outdated. Some information was outdated. And then we had to re-verify previous decisions. We had to re-verify previous decisions. And that led to unnecessary work. That led to unnecessary work. Okay, cool. So all of the things, the phrases we just practiced, they are signals. Signals to communicate with the manager. So what we're doing is we are not going into the details right away. We are simply signaling like an engineer, like a senior engineer. And then we'll do some practice activities. So this is where we, try some breakdowns. I will read a short situation and my student will tell me what went wrong by labeling. So the sentence is, one team followed the design doc the picture you guys saw above. One team followed that, and another followed Slack messages, which is another form of communication. So what can you say as a signal to describe what happened? Yeah. Documentation was fragmented. Yes, good. No single source of truth. Yes, I really enjoy this. No single source of truth. See, what we're doing here is not blaming the people who got different information for whatever their different reasons. It's more like the outcome, the system error. We're not storytelling. We are simply naming. Okay, let's try another activity. Next, we are going to try where I give you, the student, a flat sentence, and you're going to make it sound more professional. So, for example, people didn't know which document to use. People didn't know which document to use. And then I would give you some time for you to reiterate in a more professional, operational way. So something like, there wasn't a single source of truth. So teams referenced different documents. Again, there wasn't a single source of truth. So teams referenced different documents. I'm going to put it here on the board. There wasn't a single source of truth. So the teams referenced different documents. Period. Perfect. Okay, cool. And now we are going to try another prompt where we're looking at the relationship between cause and rework. So the prompt would be, because records were unclear, what happened next? So I'm going to guide you to rework, to duplicate effort, revalidation, delays. Like, that's the direction I'm guiding your answers towards. Again, rework, duplicate the effort, revalidation, and delays. I'm not trying to force this impact language as a teacher. I'm trying to just let it naturally emerge. And then finally, for a real life mapping, this is the last round, I will ask something like, have you seen this kind of issue in real projects? And I give him some time to reflect. And then I will say, tell me the issue. And this is where I first allow him to free talk, and then I gently guide him if he is too detailed. I guide him to forget the story. You're not storytelling, you're just naming. So that would be super helpful. So then we workshop together a few times, a few different iterations of what he said, and then we will do a gentle correction round at the end where basically I say something that is like more personal, emotional, and he fixes it to make it more professional, following today's guideline of signal, breakdown, and consequence. So for example, I will say, because people didn't communicate, and then he will say something like, the communication was fragmented. I will say, today the people did this and the people did that, and he would say something like, it's about the systems and the records. Perfect. So that's a wrap up for today's lesson. Clean record keeping. We will name the system, the records. We will not name the people. We do not name the people. At least not over naming people. Okay, cool. That's a wrap. Thank you for joining. I will see you in the next one. 下课啦。